I'm Jenny.
Okay, so you're stuck in a room, and owlbear is rampaging and trying to break through the door. You look around, there's like some barrels and crates, but not much else. What do you want to do?
I want to put the barrel in front of the door thing to try to stop the owlbear.
Okay, here you go. Roll.
Okay. 14.
The owlbear breaks through and eats you and all your friends. Sorry. This is D&D. It's this really low-key version of a game called Dungeons & Dragons that was made in the 1970s by a guy named Gary Gygax. What it is some really cool dice, some really cool maps, some character sheets that look a lot like tax forms. And when you put it all together, it looks a little bit like this. No phones, no computers, no technology, just you making prolonged eye contact with people you love and pretending to be a magical elf. It's amazing. It's important because it's inspired a generation of amazing writers, including Cornell alum, Ta-Nehisi Coates, who wrote that Dungeons & Dragons was his first literature, Dan Harmon, who did a lot of cool stuff, I'm sure, Tim Duncan, who plays sports, Stephen Colbert, and Vin Diesel, so that's pretty cool. And there's a wealth of academic research that shows that Dungeons & Dragons can provide kids something that no other game can provide.
So what can it provide? Math and literacy skills, which are things that are really important that are often taught in the classroom. We want to use D&D to supplement those because you have to use those things to make your character, build a world around you. But more importantly, it provides kids who don't play sports or can't play sports the opportunity to work in groups, to critically think, and basically learn teamwork skills. And so we want to bring D&D into the local Ithaca community through primary and secondary education as an engaging medium for education beyond the classroom. So there's a really important aspect of play to D&D because it's fun and you get to learn things in a different context. We think it's a really great tool to have. So Cornell students will be the Dungeon Masters and people who run the game, which doesn't look like that, but more like that. And we'll go to the Ithaca elementary and middle schools and partner with the teachers there to incorporate the concepts that they're teaching into the campaigns for D&D so that students can learn them in a different context. And so there's other aspects too, like race relations, conflicts, politics, like everyone knows elves hate dwarves, it's a whole thing. But more importantly, there's a lot of communication involved. You have to make moral decisions, like your party member's about to die, but there's an owlbear charging in front of you. Do you leave them behind? What do you do? So you have to work together, communicate, and deliberate to move the story forward as a team.
So this is a guy named Josh Unum who did something called the Heroes Guild in Nashville, Tennessee. He got older community leaders to be DMs, they run the story, and they got a whole bunch of school kids to play. And it was tremendously successful. They got kids from all over the school districts to cooperate and problem solve, and these kids would have otherwise maybe never had this creative outlet. A lot of these kids, I know certainly I wasn't very athletic growing up, and I would have loved to have this thing growing up because I was bullied. Anyway, so this is my little sister, Andy. There's a huge age range among our siblings. She's 9, my eldest brother's 26. And so we really struggled with finding something that we could all bond over. So we introduced her to D&D, and she gave up her TV, her iPad, her phone, whatever. And now every time I see her, she's nose in book writing about her character. She's a magical half elf. You guys wouldn't understand. However, every time we get together for Christmas, we all sit down in a dim room for 3 hours and have a great time together. So every kid ought to feel like a hero, and we think we should bring this to Ithaca.